guys, team picture, let's go.
Did you say I'm so proud of ourselves? I am so proud of ourselves. Team picture mofo, ladies!
Welcome to the CUC 2012 Junior Women's Finals between BC Blaze in black and OverDrive in white. BC from Blaze from Vancouver, OverDrive from Toronto, and quick movement against the zone by BC Blaze to make it 1-0. Great start here for them. Both these teams played hard over the last 3 days, including today, and had quite a long trip here. This is the inaugural division, or year for this division, as well as the Junior Open division here in Victoria. And it'll be the last time for the foreseeable future where the tournaments will be held in conjunction with the adult portion of the tournament. We're happy that you could join us here today. If you are joining us from Vancouver, Toronto, across Canada, or anywhere else in the world, thank you, merci beaucoup, for being here with us and supporting the previous game, if you watched that, as well as the women that are playing now. We brought you half of the semifinal, where these Toronto ladies won to get here, and we hope to bring you much more. Jack just stumbling a little bit with his slippers up on the broadcast area, on the broadcast platform, as we get this game underway. Now BC Blaze also coming out with a zone. Great over-the-top movement there. It's close. But now the player now trapped on the sideline, so probably not the best choice to get them out. But she's going to flip and look over the top as well. Doesn't flip, but rather just floats it out, but that's okay. And unfortunate turn there. Small change in observers here. We still have some of the observers from the last game, I believe. I'm not completely sure about that, though.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm going to miss you. You know who else is going to miss you? Is Jonathan. So call him, okay? Okay? During the day. Yeah. Call him the first day and tell him how it went, okay? Okay?
And BC breaks to make it 2-0 here. BC Blaze with a great first start. Toronto coaches just refocusing the ladies to make sure that they're properly playing against the zone, and that their defense is amped up. It's a particularly exciting final. We'll bring you again the matchups that we had before. And also, as we look around here, you can hear Mofo celebrating behind us, and Hydro also celebrating. They too have a trophy. It might be the Spirit Trophy. We'll figure that out. We'll ask Danny Saunders. But they're dancing around and having a good time. So this was an early timeout taken. Please remember, if at any time you have any questions, or you can email us at live@iamultimate.com. And Twitter is IamUltimate. So in the finals, we definitely know that Fig Jam is playing. I'm not quite sure who they're playing against at this time, but we'll look that up. We'll get that to you. We are now active. Dave has just come back here for the start of this game after a quick break. I don't know, Dave, you want to be on mic? I think you do. Yeah, Dave, you're not plugged in. And another turn, pretty quick turn. And just an equally quick turn back. I think there was a concentration there more to get into the end zone rather than to maintain possession. But Blaze, BC Blaze showing that they can definitely turn the disc very quickly, or cause OverDrive to turn the disc.
All right, I think my mic is active.
Matchup deep. And
yeah,
Dave, you're back on.
I flicked it on, yeah.
Okay.
Before I forget, we've got Nomads and Fig Jam in the Masters final.
Oh, that's great to see. We wish we could have brought you the Masters final as well. However, this is, I believe, very important as a match here. All right, Dave, I'm going to wander around closer to the field as well.
Works for me. Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. And also just OverDrive is scared of a zone. We've got a comment from Jack.
Yeah, Jack providing that feedback, and he looks to be absolutely true, is that they have been trying to go over, but their hammers have been a little bit weak. They're not quite used to it yet. And again, quick zone, and a puck out of it. It's just blocked very easily. Consistently, it seems like that will actually be the issue. OverDrive is really going to have to be able to adjust out of that zone, because very quickly it's 3-0 for BC Blaze.
We've just got a comment from what appeared to be a parent of perhaps one of the MoFo players, saying that the Team Canada players were watching the live stream from Dublin, and they were quite happy that we were able to provide that for them.
Oh, we're absolutely, like, if you're there, Team Canada players, and still watching, congratulations. We're very proud of you. Thank you for watching. We're hoping that you guys will be all playing next year, and guys and ladies will be playing next year. We look forward to seeing many of you at the U23 tournament in Toronto as well.
We're getting our medals.
So fantastic to see that you're there, and I hope you guys are having guys and ladies are having a good time.
Of course.
All right, so what does OverDrive need to do now? How do they get around this zone? Because so far, they have been completely blocked off and trapped on the line, and I think they will basically need to throw over, and their throws over have not been confident.
Right.
And that is usually the only solution.
Hey, bring me up to speed here, and perhaps those who just joined us. Who are we watching here? We've got OverDrive from where?
Toronto. They're
Toronto.
in white.
Facing
BC Blaze from Vancouver.
Excellent. Oh, huge
And
layup.
there's a call on that, and an injury as well. She definitely went hard. and we hope she's okay. And immediately, it appears that a lot of these BC players have gone down. We're looking for a medic, so they're going down on one knee. This is actually great spirit. We need to have, and they're bringing in a medic now that has been identified. Jack, why don't we get a shot of these players behind us while we're waiting? Very carefully, very carefully. Yep, pull up the HDMI cable a little bit. Pull up this way, yeah. I'll give you a bit more slack. Yep. If we can get them.
Got a shot of the Hydro players celebrating their second place finish.
Yes, we bring you these pictures while we actually attend to the stoppage on the field. Now
we're looking at Mofo here getting their gold medals as well as their red discs that we had referred to earlier. Not sure quite what you're seeing on the screen, but obviously they're showing a lot of excitement. And
yeah, absolutely. And Dave, if you come around here, you can see
Yep.
that as well.
Excellent.
We're going to have a bit more of a stoppage here on the actual fields. So we need to, we hope the player's okay. I'm actually going to just wander up a little bit more, Dave. So
Yeah,
just
that
take
works.
a quick look. So. Okay, she appears to be speaking and responding to the medical there. So hopefully it's not too serious an injury. And she appears to be chatting, and we do have medical here. Having a little bit of a chat here with the OverDrive coach on the sideline. Don't know who that is, but apparently they know who I am.
She's certainly enjoying your comments, Tushar.
No, it's the coach is Carla DeFilippo. We mentioned her before. She, her and Evan Phillips have been coaching the Toronto teams. They're also the people behind UltiCards. So while we're at it and we get a chance, let's just chat very quickly about the contest that we're having.
Of course.
We're going to show you some contest details quickly. It's very hard to read, so I'm going to do that same thing I did before of making it more readable. And hopefully as it gets more readable, you'll also be able to enter in the contest because there's a few hours remaining.
And what is the objective here? So you have to guess the outcome of each of the 3 finals tomorrow?
Well, what we're looking at, yes, that's basically it, is that you get a chance to not only predict, well, you have to predict the champion in each division, open, mixed, and women's, in that order. So predict the outcome, and then in case of a tie, predict the score as well. And in case of a tie, whoever entered first will actually win.
Right.
So that's what we're looking for. And what does the winner win? Well, you get a deck of UltiCards. So while we're at it, we're just going to show you that UltiCards promo as well.
When I first met my father, I didn't have a clue. The first words that he told me were the last ones that were true. He said this desert's made for walking, and there's nothing you can do except go on.
So here we go. We're please enter at contest.imultimate.com for your chance. Players being brought back off the field. Jack, I think we can go back to the action on the field. It might have been we'll try to assess the situation. There's a lot of medical around. We hope she's okay though, and we'll keep bringing you updates in the future. And you can see her perhaps on the bottom of your screen. But action about to get back underway here on the fields. Yep, please come back to the fields, Jack. Thank you for checking.
Looks good. We're just having a bit of a discussion as to where the disc will start.
Yeah, we Hey, Blue's here as well. Blue McClellan, if you remember him. He's one of the guys who organized CUC 2007 in Toronto, as well as Gender Blender. And sad to say, but next year will be the last year for Gender Blender. Blue nods, but it's going to be a fantastic year. And a thumbs up. And turn right back. So we had a couple turns there. And Toronto's got the disc right back. And OverDrive puts a point on the board and works through hard. (3-1) now. BC Blaze lead. The player who went off before appears to be stable on the sideline, and the medic who's also happens to be a board member, has simply asked for ice. So we hope the issue's not too serious. These players are young, so they do tend to heal fast, not like old men like Dave and myself.
That is a benefit of being young. Of course, it is always unfortunate to see people get hurt, but good to put a positive spin on things, eh, Tushar?
Well, I think we always need to be very positive, Dave. We're out here in Victoria in a field with thousands of players around playing Ultimate.
Yes.
Or hundreds at least, hundreds of players.
Let's go thousands, yeah.
Let's say, okay, tens of thousands of players playing Ultimate in a small city. I don't know why I could ever be down. Even when I was on the fields yesterday and we lost. I mean, we lost. We went 1-2 on Thursday. We went 1-2 on Friday. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Right? I'm playing Ultimate with my friends. I'm surrounded by some of the best people in the world. Zone here. It seems to be a chinchilla. We have the ears specifically back to try and prevent throws directly upfield in terms of hucks, and that should counteract exactly what was happening before.
Oh,
a great bid there in the air, but
good continuation.
Good, confident hammer over the top that led to the break in that sequence there. There was an attempt at a D. She got a piece of that.
They got it around the ears and had some good flow upfield. That may make OverDrive rethink their zone a little bit.
There was a lot of pieces there. There was a lot of very close Ds. And we'll have to keep looking at the rest of the game, because we'll have to keep looking at whether BC Blaze actually, that was too close for comfort for them, or whether they actually can extend that a little bit more, right? Like, will they err and have that go the other way, so to speak,
right,
and become a D, or were they actually erroneous in those throws there?
Perhaps. Yeah, only time will tell.
Time will indeed tell.
You think we're going to see a zone from Blaze here?
The zone's been working so well for them. I mean, but it would be nice to see, for them to see if their man is also working, right? If their one-on-one also works, this game's a lock right now for them. What OverDrive needs to do is they need to go and practice those hammers. They need to have the handlers right now on that spare field throwing hammers and somehow getting that hammer under wraps.
Yeah, with no wind, hammer's definitely a viable option.
Yeah,
and Blaze does come down with the zone.
That's very risky. It's even wobbly in the air. And it's easily taken. They need to be practicing those hammers right now and using those confidently.
I didn't see a lot of look to the dump swing either on that particular sequence, but there's only a couple passes.
I think some of the classic errors in Ultimate are being made right now. However, those would be considered classic errors if they were seasoned players. These are players playing incredibly well for how new they actually are.
So number 7 here is getting every second pass. She's also one who scored the last point.
That handler flip is incredibly effective. If you look at basically all the high elite teams, that's what they do to reset. It's very quick, easy.
Like a little pop pass.
And Blaze, huck from 1/4 field, brings it in, 5-1. Very quick game here. Much faster pace than I expected it to be, Dave.
Definitely.
Hey, Jack?
Got OverDrive, I imagine.
Thank you for joining us on our stream today. I hope you join us tomorrow too,
Blaze,
starting at approximately 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll be starting our live broadcast. It'll be a little bit tight, but it should be okay because Dave brought his car here, and he's going to give me an early 7 a.m. ride.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were starting at 5.
Oh, at 5.
7.
Well,
I get to sleep in.
Sleep in a little bit. You're a crazy, crazy man, Dave.
Well, we want to have everything set up just right for our viewers, Tushar.
Exactly. So we're happy that you joined us today. We hope you join us tomorrow. The Open Finals will feature Furious George, winners from last year, against General Strike.
From Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. Do you remember last time General Strike made the finals?
I don't know my history too well, but I can't remember them being in the finals ever since I've been playing.
So I think one could say it's about time.
Oh, yeah, they're a strong team. Without Goat on the scene, though, it's definitely opens that option up for a different team to move in there.
Yeah, I think this is will be interesting. So, got the huck out this time, and it's going to be thrown right away. Well, there was a striker going.
Oh, turnover.
And this is.
All right, if they can get some movement before the cup sets up. There we go. That's looking really good. Oh, just about. Oh, and they keep possession.
Good reset. There's a player deep. Can she run it down? It's fading.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
That was the best sequence they had so far, though.
No, and they've done exactly what number 2 on my list was. What was my? Oh, I didn't even tell you my
Dump
list.
swing.
No, my first three things of ultimate. 1, always keep running. Just run. If when you stop running, your opponent runs faster than you, and they beat you.
Right.
2, dump early. Right? Always throw early or dump early. And the throw early is because every stall count that goes, you have 1/10, 1/9, 1/8 the number of options.
Right.
Right?
Dump early. I totally agree with that.
And then I think the last one was just catch well. I think that's the key is that a lot of the times, but that comes out of throwing early. Your early throws are usually cleaner, easier throws.
Right. Well, if we get a chance to, Shar, perhaps you can let them know those 3 things, perhaps at half.
I think every player knows of these 3 things. And out called here.
Called.
It was very close. We don't have Linda on this sideline, so they're not as there's not as much pressure, so to speak. Big huck goes up. It's looking good too. It's a great box, but she's not in the end zone yet. She went to ground there to try and get that. It's a great bid. Ladies have a lot of heart here. They're playing strong and well for as late in the tournament as it is. We started to see a bit of fatigue later in the game in the junior open finals. I think we'll see that here as well.
I would anticipate that. I mean, you've got to play your most intense game after playing an entire tournament and not having really any rest.
I agree. It's also been very, as you said, it's been very intense. There's also a lot of zone.
Right.
So both ladies have been, sets of ladies have been running quite a bit. That break, we have to get that early passes.
There we go. You can see a swing around. I think we'll be looking good here.
As soon as that swing goes, if they can move it again well. There it is. I saw something that I don't think was there, so I apologize.
Right. It happens. We're human.
I'm not supposed to be, though.
Ah, that's true.
It's true. No, I kid. Okay, we're going to get a better look here. The sideline. Break flick under. A little bit wobbly, but does the job.
It's like that brings the score to 6-1 for BC. We'll put up the score here, the unofficial score, of course.
Indeed, 6-1. BC Blaze running away with it a little bit right now.
OverDrive has called a timeout, perhaps to discuss their zone offense.
All right, if you do have any comments, live at IamUltimate.com and on Twitter feed, IamUltimate. And of course, don't forget about our little contest. Just visit contest.IamUltimate.com before the start of tomorrow's game and fill out that form. Get a chance to win a set of ulti cards.
What are ulti cards, Tushar?
Ulti cards are a set of coaching tools as well as plays and player statistics and things like that that will help you improve your game by allowing you to focus on a particular few points rather than being unfocused, so to speak. I think that's the best way. That's the best way I can put it.
Always good to have training tools. Good to build the sport, and
bit of an awkward conversation point there, or lull in our banter.
I'm sure the viewers can appreciate that.
Yeah, we've got these timeout breaks are always interesting and boring.
That's true. Yeah, we've got a couple of people tripping over our network cable here, so hopefully our feed doesn't cut out.
I certainly do hope that our feed stays live. This is I could do a little bit of a test here, but I appear to still be live, so I'm not going to do too much to rock the boat. However, I am going to head over to Facebook to see if there are people on. All right, thank you to James Maynard. Yeah, you've been there since the beginning of our feed, and we're happy that you're enjoying it. Again, please give us feedback. Please share the feed. We really want to reach everyone that we can. That's if you're here, you're watching the game, but there's so many people that aren't here. As we were told, the juniors in Dublin were watching. Very happy to have them watching as well. And that's primarily what we're after. All right, coming out of the timeout here, Dave.
Yep. We've got OverDrive anticipating a zone coming down on them.
You think they're going to come out with a zone again?
I would expect Blaze to keep up with their zone, definitely.
Well, it'll be interesting. You're in the finals. Do you really want to change something that's working? You don't want to give the other team any momentum whatsoever.
It's true.
And the play's back in. Jack is back up on his feet, so the camera should be moving now.
Looks like we have the same zone, some sort of 4-person cup.
It is the same zone. However, we don't have an overload on any particular area at this point. And that might have been one that just got through, luckily.
Oh.
Did you just say really on that one?
No, I said, oh, like you're pulling out the hammers.
Okay, we miscommunication. Just overextended. We've seen this happen. It's that BC Blaze actually has issues with a little bit of movement like that.
Oh yeah.
They get those turns and then. But OverDrive's only options that they've been taking are hucks. They haven't been popping all that well.
It's true. I'm not seeing a lot of dump swing options available.
but they have to move it quickly. If she'd moved it there, that field would have been wide open, but she's just hanging on to it. Melt into man now.
That could be considered a success of some sort.
Always understated there, Dave. And Blady throw up the line. I cannot fault OverDrive for doing blades like that. You have to go hard against BC Blades. These women are excellent. We're just going to clear some players off the line here because and great last second D.
OverDrive gets the turn, and can they convert? Nice.
OverDrive maintain.
Converting on that turnover. Brings the score to 6-2 for BC Blaze.
You have guessed correctly, Dave.
Excellent.
6-2.
Do I win a set of ulti cards?
You do not win a set of ulti cards.
That's too bad.
You do, however, guess the score correctly.
Excellent.
That's got to be an achievement in itself.
It helps being here. I feel my guessing is quite improved.
I don't think there's anyone in the world who keeps score as badly as I do. Literally my attention span is there.
It's gone. Yeah.
Gone. I really wish we could see what was happening over there on the Masters final. Dave's going to pull out his phone and see if he can get any sort of updates from over there. I'm pretty sure the CUC score should be also available here to let us know what's going on.
I did notice on the board when Nomads played Fig Jam before in the pool play, they had Nomads at 115.5.
I expect that this finals game may be something like that. We have seen Fig Jam dial it in for a finals game a bit better, though. Yeah, and they do have the ability to adjust. BC Blaze here, wide handler. Oh, takes advantage of it right away.
OverDrive coming down with a man here, it looks like. Or no, never mind.
Doing zone.
It looks like they are doing zone.
Now, that was a missed throw, and then D'd, and then almost recovered from that actual D. So, but the throw itself being that misplaced is points to fatigue already.
Okay, I'm getting rid of the dart. No, I'm not getting rid of the dart.
A contentious catch there, but she recovered after her first Mac.
And that's a break for OverDrive. (6-3).
6-3 indeed.
You already knew that, though.
Yeah, it helps that I can see the official score from here as well. The wind is picking up. Jack has pointed out he's at a higher vantage point as well, so he gets these signals a little bit earlier than we do. And I'm starting to feel it myself.
It's a nice, cool mountain breeze.
Cool. It is. I'm sure the players appreciate it. There's a lot of people on the sidelines wearing jackets, but I'm sure the players will benefit from the cooling wind.
Jack and I are also wearing jackets. I mean, we've been used to much warmer temperatures throughout the summer. I don't think you have, Dave.
Last maybe month or something, but definitely, yeah, May, June.
It's pretty mild out here on the West Coast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Year round. What's it up like further north from here?
I'm from Courtenay, 3 hours north of Victoria on the island. About the same temperature, so barely gets below zero in the winter. See a bit of snow maybe.
The only downside I can see to this part of the world is the earthquakes.
Perhaps. I haven't experienced one, although there was one here, I'm told, when I was here.
Yeah.
Throw one up to their main receiver there, who was overthrown slightly.
I believe she didn't take off as quickly as she could have. I might have anticipated that.
That's true.
There was a bit of a hesitation overall.
True. And also, as she was trying to track the disc, she was looking behind her as she was running.
OverDrive playing with a little bit more confidence right now, but still
Not the red one, but a white one.
Ooh,
having issues dumping.
That comment was picked up by an OverDrive player on the sideline who found it quite amusing. Oh, unfortunate.
Yes, ooh, I think is it's a general comment that's happening here. I gotta be quite honest, I'm not a fan of that sort of fake. Because it wasn't, that fake wasn't done with any other positioning on the field. Right? Like, it was simply to do that, but it didn't open up any opportunities.
Perhaps. I didn't see, as observers are calling it in, but perhaps a foul was called.
But there's calls. Jack is pointing out a disagreement amongst the observers. This is good.
Yeah. And as Tushar pointed out before, observers are human. But I don't think the players realize that sometimes.
They're bringing it back. There might have been something else going on. Might have been a travel or some call like that. Or a stall down.
Oh, it looks like it's a turnover.
Yes, I think the hand on the head might mean stall down. There's a whole chart with observer symbols. It was provided. It was very handy that this tournament did this. We really should learn those things.
We should, yes. Also, we should learn rules about what happens if you get TMFs. And offsides. Got a few turnovers there.
And it's been a little bit of an interesting sequence there. It's been on the far sideline. It's just been trapped there. And then the ladies are just picking up and hucking it. And then there's been great box out.
That's a point for BC.
Sorry, that was fantastic ability to box out and read the disc.
Definitely.
And great effort. 7-3, Vancouver leads. BC Blaze in this case leads versus OverDrive from Toronto. They're now ready to take half if they manage to get a turn. And if this game is, I mean, we fully anticipate at least one turn a point now. Aside from maybe the first point,
right,
when BC just came out and went 4 passes to the end zone, there's been at least one turn every point.
Yeah, I mean, BC's zone definitely created turns early on when they, before OverDrive had figured out how to move the disc a little better.
Dave putting on his jacket right now, so I'll pop in for more commentary duties.
I can comment while putting on my jacket, fortunately.
It's multi-talented. If you're just joining us for this broadcast, we'll do our usual chatter during halftime. I'll point out a few interesting things. Fill up that empty time, that empty space in your life. Oh, that's a great upline put. Fantastic air.
Nice. I'm very happy to see the dump swing working here.
Bit of miscommunication there by some of the handlers.
BC calling man. Ooh,
wow.
They got the D.
I'm very impressed by the D and the air. I am excited about our juniors program going forward, and I'm excited about our national teams.
Oh, defender got a hand on it, but still caught.
We're seeing a little bit of lack of energy, and that's a bit of crowding right now. Miscommunication. She's trying to get set up into a position again. They're resetting into horizontal, and it's a horizontal split stack. And they're cycling back into it again and again. This is very smart offense, and a big wide open huck.
Great throw.
I think she tried to jump into the end zone there.
Kind of looked like she jumped after she caught it. Those kinds of things happen, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the hammer comes
It's going to
out.
fade away. That's a bit of a desperation throw there again. It's that same first point or second point I made. You have to move the disc early.
Yep.
Out called, and the observers are concurring with that. There's a lot of things that they have to be looking at all the time. I'm impressed.
I am very impressed. There are 4 of them, but definitely to keep your eye on fouls and lines is a lot to keep in mind.
Great recovery. And she wanted to go for the hammer again. Got a little bit of a bump. I'm not a fan of that bumping for bumping. I am a fan for fighting for space, though. And I think teams do make that mistake of not recognizing what bumping is actually for.
Right.
Taking advantage of the poach there and making them pay for it. Halftime!
Actually, I think it's 7-4 for Blaze. Nope. Never mind. 8-3. That was indeed Blaze's point.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I kept track of score.
Yes.
So 8-3, we're going to halftime here. And we're going to take a 30-second break and then come right back here with our halftime report.
When I first met my father, I didn't have a clue. The first words that he told me were the last ones that were true. He said this desert's made for walking, and there's nothing you can do except go on.
As always, we'd like to thank our sponsors, VC Ultimate, Q Energy, Caribou Brand Development, and Discraft. These are very important sponsors here for this event. I'd like to thank the local organizing committee as well. They've just been doing a fantastic job. This is an Ultimate Canada event. We hope you keep supporting Ultimate Canada. They support us quite a bit, not only in the competitive level, but down to every level, league level. Also tune into our broadcast tomorrow where we'll be announcing where the 2013 Ultimate Canada Championships will be held, or Canadian Ultimate Championships will be held. I do, of course, know at this time, but I'm not going to tell anyone because I am an Ultimate Canada board member.
How nice of you.
Well, we are sworn to secrecy. Plus, we don't know officially if there's been an acceptance of the bid as well, right? There's a full process that we need to go through. So we're looking forward to announcing that as well.
How does that process work? If you've got 2 seconds to talk about it, do you have to?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm happy to talk about that. So this all just finally also this is brought to you by I Am Ultimate, and thank you again to the friends that are helping me out right now. And we hope that you are able to contact us as well as able to enter our contest because there are relatively few hours left to do that. Well, more than 12. Okay, but Dave, you have a question.
Yeah, so nationals are held in different cities across Canada, and how does one decide where that happens?
Well, that's a very good question, and just to let you know, as you're untangling yourself, the reason that cord is tangled is because you keep rotating in the same direction as you go to and from the scoreboard. So
thanks for that.
No worries. I'll untangle it later as well. We've got time. So I've been an Ultimate Canada board member for 3 years now, 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years this fall. Both times I've been voted in Quebec by not actually attending the conference, and I thank you to all those that have voted me in, and I will continue to help you as much as possible as your Ontario rep. So what happens is that we put out Ultimate Canada, and this is primarily Danny Saunders, our executive director, puts out a notification where he notifies people that a bid deadline is due by a certain date. Now that bid is actually, and the details on it are defined by, I believe, the competition committee. and they consist of some very good players from all across Canada, who've been involved in the sport for probably decades each,
Right.
and are important leaders in our community.
Right.
And what they do is that they look through the bids and they define certain conditions, and then that bid process is put out. We then receive bids at the board level.
Yep.
And we look through and we compare the bids from a number of factors: field space, timing, costs, shuttles, housing. Is there a party? Where's the party? What's the juniors event looking like? How easy will it be? What's the weather like? What are the field conditions like? So when was the last time that part of the world actually got, or that part of Canada actually got the bid?
Right.
Those sort of things. Those all come into play, and then it's voted upon. A motion is made to actually accept a specific bid. It's much like any other board process or board meeting.
Right. Okay.
And that's generally what we do. And then at the end of that, the bid is granted, and off we go. And before you know it, I'm in Victoria, BC, riding around on a scooter.
Yep. And it all comes together. We're back to the action here.
Yeah. Second half action here.
Oh, she holds on to it. Excellent. Point for OverDrive.
Point for OverDrive, maintaining the disc all the way in the second half. And the wind has, as Jack's saying, BC Blaze not taking their halftime too seriously. I thought they were meeting down there. They were singing a song, and that helps them relax. I think, you know what, I'm not going to fault them for that because she did have a bid on that disc. They did force out a throw.
Right.
Now, the other thing is the wind actually reversed direction. I don't know if you guys noticed here, but it was originally coming from over there, from those houses off in the distance not to the right of the camera, and now I just felt a gust that came from our back.
Right.
So, and now it's shifted back to there, but I felt it come from behind us. So, interesting that, and the key is that when that throw went up, the disc floated. And we saw that disc kind of just bump up. And it bumped up because that wind was different and had changed. In case you are watching at home and you want to know where you can find this stream later, these games will be on YouTube. That's where we do want to put the actual games on. And we'll try to get them up ASAP. On the This Is Ultimate channel. So you'll find that. You'll find it linked off of Facebook, a whole bunch of different places. Sideline's getting hyped up. The Vancouver Open teams also here helping on the sideline. Dave, if you get a chance, do you want to pop over to the Masters game and have a look at how they're doing as well?
Ooh, amazing grab. I can certainly do that. I would be happy to find that out.
Thank you. I think our viewers would enjoy that as well.
Just check Twitter here.
This zone has pushed BC Blaze back a little bit, but we're not seeing, and we're seeing it's very close to the sideline as well at this point on the trap. They haven't gone over the top as of yet. But great middle movement. And this is the jailbreak. And point is called by the observers. One very interesting thing and something that I always enjoy is how the juniors players especially the women's, they look at the observers before celebrating. Even if the disc is clearly in, they want to make sure that they have actually gotten in. It's very interesting. Vancouver leading 9-4 on this now chilly 21 Celsius last time you checked, Jack. It's probably dropped at least a couple degrees by then, which means it's going to be a nice, pleasant evening in Victoria. And an early evening for us because we have to bring you an early morning game. So the temperature has actually locally dropped to 16 Celsius now. Is that Victoria Airport, most likely? Yeah, lots of weather stations at the airport. So up north Sydney, probably 20 kilometers from here, it is now 16. It was 21 not an hour ago, so we're starting to get a little bit of chilliness. Great excitement as the catch was made. And then a throwaway, unfortunately. They get the G right back. And Dave is back with a report for us.
All right, I just snuck over to the computer tent there where they're getting the updates from the field. If I remember correctly, Nomads is at 9, Fig Jam is at 7.
Wow.
So it's
that
a
is
close
a
game.
Close game. That's exciting to hear.
And the CUC volunteers have been attempting to tweet the score, but apparently it's not working. I'm going to try to tweet that myself.
And I believe that was a point by OverDrive, correct, Jack? It was by OverDrive, that point? Point? Yes. Well, I just want to, we can assume that by where they are. But 9-5 now. OverDrive leading 2-1 in the second half. Need to maintain this and then get a hard D on. And with the wind picking up, the zone should be even more effective. Just as an update, the player that was injured before, it appears to be something with her shoulder. She did walk away slowly later on. The medic was here. She's appears to be okay, which is good news.
It is good.
Zone now, and a rather late top cup, but wasn't taken advantage of, so it's okay.
Oh, nice layout attempt.
Yeah, but a little bit not good offense there by BC Blaze. We're about to see a battle as well.
Oh,
and
unfortunate drop.
She D'd herself. There's always so much energy.
We've got some compliments coming from some BC Blaze players complimenting our commentary.
Yes. Primarily, the comments have been coming from Jay Chung.
Number 31. And she's been spectacular on the field as well.
It's a great amount of confidence in every throw here. And the sideline actively shifts. Normally when we have teams, what they do is that they don't actively shift. They wait for the play to stop in a foul, and then the sideline shifts.
Right. Well, it's nice they're learning that early. Oh.
And a foul is called. We can see why a foul was called,
we can definitely see that, despite the contention.
And it's contested. They're not going to go to the observers.
Do you think she stopped the rotation of the disc there, Tushar?
I'm not going to make a comment on that because we've got an observer here.
Yes.
We don't want to. We had excellent view on that. So
Probably
let's come over here where they can't really hear us and discuss that.
Well, she almost had two hands closed on it, I thought, but
quite honestly, it has been called as a foul. I did not believe it was a foul. However, I could see why it was a foul because it was straight above her head.
Right. Yeah. Excellent defense, though.
Yeah. Coming from an open background, I normally don't do that. And it's also why I would probably make a terrible observer.
Thanks for that personal comment there.
Out called. Linda's right there, has called out.
Mm.
It was a slightly delayed reaction, but I think she was doing that because she wants to make sure that she made the right call.
To see if the players agreed with her?
Not if the player agreed with her, but she wanted to replay that immediately and analyze the event.
Right.
Linda's a very analytical person. She's an engineer.
Right.
Of course, we're chatting about Linda Kudo.
Of course.
She's involved in Hamilton Ultimate, used to play on Mayhem. And then great movement by BC Blazer up the line. Slightly tired defense by OverDrive.
And looks like 10-5 now for BC Blaze.
Yes. So Linda actually has observed in the Ultimate Canada finals, Open last year as well, and many of the others. She also goes down to the U.S. and observes in the U.S. As well. So quite well known in many circles as an observer and a quite respectable observer as well. Now, if you're out there, live at imultimate.com is where you can contact us if you have questions, comments.
And if you'd like us to point the camera in a particular direction, certainly let us know.
Yeah, we're happy to do pretty much anything here on the stream. We are a stream for you. We are entirely dedicated towards your satisfaction simply because we are there for Ultimate Canada members and the general Ultimate public.
And if I'm not mistaken, actually, Jack in the past has received requests to streak across the field, and he's even considered honoring them today. And if you make such a request,
I don't think we can allow him to do that, considering that we're an official broadcast. And I believe that in the past, when those sort of things have happened, the local police, if you remember last year, during the streaker during the finals in Ottawa was arrested.
I remember that, yeah.
And not only arrested, the biggest issue was that there was only one entrance and exit major gate to the fields.
Oh, that was during the finals.
And during the finals, he streaked, and then the rugby team for Carleton was actually doing security for the event. And yeah, he did not get away. He was blocked in rather well and trapped on the far side of the field in the trees.
Yes. Yes.
We have a lot of Ultimate stories, I think between the three of us.
All right. You can still request that Jack streak across the field, but it sounds like he probably won't be.
You absolutely can request it. I will, however, dissuade him from doing that. But it is a free country, Jack. A little bit of banter there for you in this timeout. We hope you enjoyed that as well.
That's what I've always enjoyed about these broadcasts.
Is that it's like us on the sidelines, because we are. Big hole right through the middle, and taking advantage of that, and they're continue moving it quick. So whatever adjustments that they've made, she's looking for the huck, but she needs to move it. An observer is trying to keep the lines cleared.
Nice grab.
And
observer's calling it a point.
She's calling it up. No down call there. Now, I don't think the BC players also either called it either.
Observer on the sideline just pointing out that we do need some space between the sideline and the field for those watching the game.
Well, I think I'll go point it out to them as well, is that the penalties, because of the jerseys they're wearing, could actually affect the team that they're cheering for. So I'll be right back.
All right, I will be providing your sole commentary. Tushar is letting the Open juniors know that because they are wearing Blaze jerseys, if they are caught too close to the field, that could end up penalizing the Open women's team. All right. Yeah. Tushar making some friends there. And there we go. One nice one-handed catch there in the hammer.
And I'm back. Sorry, I had to just... It bothers me when spectators try to get close to the line because they're not in the game.
Even if they're waving a flag?
It's fine if they're waving a flag. I mean, they've got spirit, and they're playing well, and they're supporting the team. That was a sweet hammer across the field.
Yeah.
Like, that was...
Had some good pace and went right to its target.
Yeah, Jess!
Observers calling it in. That's another point for BC.
And we're now at 3-3 in the second half.
3-3 in the second half. Oh, so OverDrive is keeping pace with Blaze in the second half. That's good
And
to
they
hear.
made some great adjustments as well. BC Blaze guys having some fun here on the sideline. It's good to see you guys. They got bronze, correct? Third place. Congratulations, guys.
Nice, well done.
Yeah, they're now supporting their ladies in the final. The ladies on their way right now, as well in a good play.
Yeah, and
Yeah. So offside on BC Blaze, Jack informs us. While we're having conversations down here, Jack is keeping us in the game and in the loop.
that's
He's
true.
probably the most keyed in person. And BC Blaze as well, having a good time on the sideline. I think we've seen quite a good game from all sides. We've also got photographers here.
Definitely.
The biggest thing I think right now is that the sidelines are really quiet
They
for
are.
both teams. Like, the team members themselves are quiet, and time's not an issue right now. I don't think time's an issue
Right.
because we're 18:27. We've been playing for an hour. Sorry about leaving that scoreboard up.
Oh, an over-the-top attempt.
A little bit of a bump in the back there, and then an injury possibly. She just got stepped on. And she's okay. Disc is back in play. Great adjustment.
Yeah, from being injured to instantly picking up and playing.
Bit of a disc space encroachment there, but I think everyone's been doing that.
A blade dump fish throw up. This is
Upline blade dump.
well, these are the players of the future. Maybe they're developing throws that we were just simply not aware of.
I knew I was always a trendsetter.
Yeah.
In case people don't know, I have a hard time throwing a hammer. However, I'm very good at throwing 50-yard blades. Wow. Great grab. We're having a lot of people converging to one spot. That shows, and they're always open there from the BC side.
Right.
And there goes the blade again.
Looks like it was caught. Observers calling it
Observers
a
are
point for
calling
BC.
it as a point.
Jack loves blades here. I can't disagree with him. I wish I threw more.
I wish I threw less.
Well, we've got 3 differing opinions here. I want to throw more. Tushar wants less, and Jack wishes he was allowed to.
Well, I throw blades because they get there quickly,
Right.
and they're caught. Right? It's not like I'm throwing blades that aren't caught.
Right.
But I love the way a disc floats.
Mm.
When I'm throwing a blade, I might as well just be throwing a ball.
Right.
And so I really wish that I could just throw more hucks, but unfortunately my game is usually a 40 or 50-yard blade
Right.
that slices back in.
So it's kind of an effectiveness versus beauty sort of internal dispute.
I think I've reached that point in my life where I can, I can play the game for its aesthetics,
Right.
rather than
Even at the most competitive levels.
at Paganello. Our set plays, we have set plays because Paganello tends to get quite windy.
Yeah.
And so we have set plays where it is actually a blade.
Blade set play.
No, they don't really float, but they do tend to go laterally, have a lot of lateral movement.
Oh.
Hey, that was a good D, but great recovery. You know what I'm also really liking about this game?
Nice. What's that?
Is that the ladies are coaching each other as well. Like, this is not just a coaches or specific few players. Everyone's learning
Right.
from everyone else. Everyone is helping each other, and I hope they never lose that because so many times you get into and players that just don't want to talk to anyone anymore.
Right. On the same. Yes, communication is key as a BC Blaze player. I can't say her last name. 40. Suwa. There we go. Number 44. She's icing her ankle at the moment on the sideline. Communication is key.
And as much as there's throwaways, the disc skills will improve. And we're going to have attrition. Some of these ladies will go on to other sports. They will, some of these ladies are probably already very good at other sports.
Really?
I would suspect so because
I could see that for sure. But playing at the national level of Ultimate, I think they might be kind of hooked on the sport.
see, that's the fake I don't like because it has done nothing for her. Well, that's a sweet hammer though.
Well, I actually saw Matt Snow making a similar fake and completely faking out the mark.
And then resetting the counter, getting an extra 2 stall counts.
Yeah.
Right?
And, well, the mark just turned around and walked away, thinking that the disc had been thrown.
That's not fooling anyone here though right now.
That's true. Well, BC Blaze players, nothing much gets past them. Yeah. We've got agreement from the sideline on that one.
Yes. So far this game, only 6 things have gotten past them.
Okay. Yeah.
We're sitting at a score of 12-2.
12-2 or 12-6?
See, once again, it didn't adjust a mark.
Oh, did she do it again?
Yeah.
I missed it.
I'll have to chat with the coaches later, and we'll have to look at the replay because this is a high-level player.
Right.
Maybe it is adjusting something we're not seeing right now from the sideline.
Well, that's true, and I certainly can't claim to be all-knowing in terms of ultimate strategy. Tushar, on the other hand, I think can.
Where was that, Jack? There was a foul called. Okay, so Jack thinks that it should not have been a foul. Okay.
Okay. So
You
Jack,
know what? I like this. What we need to do is we need to have
Yeah.
in future broadcasts, our interpretation,
Mm-hmm.
just for the fun of it.
Certainly. We're broadcasting live right now. Yeah.
And recording as well. Live.imultimate.com. It's a web broadcast. Yes. We're just having a conversation here on the sideline with players. And no, they're BCites. Are you BC?
Local to BC.
Yeah, okay.
Richmond, yeah.
It's going on a lot longer. I think Ellen has stepped out or is bringing in more. They're saying down over here. Oh, is that Lauren? I didn't recognize, but Lauren has been as well as an observer. Lauren Beckman, I don't know if you guys have.
Huh.
Well, we apparently have to find out. Wow. Frisbee? Apparently. with that point now scored. I'm sorry, we were very distracted on the sidelines here because of discussion, but we're trying to fill time. And that was an overdrive point, I believe. So we are now at 12-7, and overdrive's got quite a big deficit to overcome. They're going to have to create 3 or 4 turns in the next 3 or 4 points, offensive points of BC Blaze. There's still a lot of game left to play. We've seen this sort of deficit close before, and totally capable of coming back into this game.
Certainly.
Because of us on the sideline?
All right.
Okay, so just coming back here. Sorry again. There's a lot of conversations going on here. A lot of people coming up and chatting with us, and that's basically the type of commentary we try to provide. Is we're having a conversation here on the sideline, and you're joining us. So we're not we're basically trying to bring you an experience more than a show.
Of course.
I think Shaw tomorrow will actually be doing, or from the island, will actually be doing a broadcast, and that broadcast will be more geared towards and traditional commentary, whereas what we're associating ourselves with is more of an experience, an enjoyable experience for Ultimate players.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And one thing, and not at all critical, but I find that when professional film crews film Ultimate, they tend to film it zoomed right in on a thrower. And I'm really appreciating, as far as I understand, we're providing you a little bit more of a zoomed out view so you can see the play develop upfield as well.
Yeah, and that's what I like to bring. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to get cameras set up just completely focused on, showing you the full field at any single time. These hammers are spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just spectacular. Do you remember number 44? We were chatting with her earlier.
Yeah, Jay Chung was that?
No, that was Jay Chung
no.
was another player. Yeah, so
no, Siwa.
Jack has pointed out the wind has completely died out once again. And that's really allowed them to break out of that zone very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So OverDrive had a chance there to really get that break and start clawing back into this game. Instead of a 12-8 score, we've got a 13-7 and a continued balanced second half with BC Blaze up 1 break, I believe, at 5-4.
I've got a Twitter update from 25 minutes ago saying that it's 10-7 for Nomads over Fig Jam.
Exciting. Exciting times. I think Twitter's been having issues as well. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of action. The CUC account people had claimed that they were having issues posting their own Twitter updates.
Well, I am basically taking up all of their bandwidth.
Okay, yeah.
However, I am on a separate line from them, so maybe I'm not taking up all their bandwidth.
Oh, probably not.
No.
I can't imagine you do something like that.
Observers having a drink in the middle of the field right now, ensuring that the wavy lines are straight, or vice versa.
Staying hydrated. And
That's quite a powerhouse of observers that they have right there. I mean, I've 4 of those are former Ultimate players on great teams.
Right.
Or maybe all 5. But seasoned and definitely very fair and nice people. Lauren, as I was mentioning earlier, presently, I believe, still the Storm coach, the Storm, the women's team out of Montreal.
Yeah.
So the Montreal coach, and just amazing Ultimate player of all time. Super nice guy. You might have seen him. He played with Ulysses at No Borders in our last live broadcast, which was 2 weeks ago. Wow, it's that long ago already. But just incredibly experienced, and that's why I think these observers are able to see so much on the field and be able to keep track of everything, because they are just that good at what they do.
Number 44, who we were commenting on earlier during the game, has now returned to the sideline.
Icing her ankle again. How do you say your last name?
Siwa.
So it's Oasis in Egypt. And that's what we told. But she's not Egyptian. But a name is a name. It is an
It's all good.
Now, I don't know if you just saw that on the stream, but I hope that you can see that later on, is that cup, the way it collapses and bids at the crashes, and then the adjustment that they made once again to the top. They actually switched places very quickly on the fly. That's great to see and great intelligence. Then they also fan out across the middle of the field, and then they start to collapse in as it gets closer to the end zone. They want you to they want you to be playing against a wide cup in the midfield, and then a very tight cup on the sideline.
Oh.
Now, with these humidity that's gone up, there's also a lot of moist feet around. And
yes,
we anticipate that
I can
there
see
will
more
be
of that happening.
Yeah, and so the footing is not quite as sure.
Yeah, I think that tends to affect defense a little bit. And let's chat more about that with player number 4 about that.
So here we are, 14-7, championship point. There's still a lot of time in this game. I've seen games, championships won when teams were down this much. So it's
Certainly
not out of hand. And it's simply a matter of attitude of whether they're going to adjust, and they can. We've seen OverDrive. In the second half, it's 6-4. We're starting to get closer to that 8-3 that they were differential from the first half. But if they come out and OverDrive scores now 6-5 and it becomes a 7-5 finish, they've already outperformed the first half. Whatever adjustments they made have worked. But BC Blaze definitely feeling the energy, knowing that they are on the cusp of history, taking the first junior women's CUC title. And they're coming out with a zone. It's a tight cup, again on side. They're jogging. Notice how they jog over because they want to adjust on the fly and don't want to be beaten back.
Looks like a travel call.
Siwa and Jay Chung, the two players we've mentioned previously, are having a laugh here on the sideline, telling us they look alike from the back, and only because they have ponytails, but with different actual, but actually different elastics on them as well, and are different heights.
Yeah, I actually never thought they looked alike whatsoever.
I agree. But here we are on the sideline.
Yeah, final point here.
Oh, that was a great break there.
Potentially.
This is causing problems.
Oh!
Yeah,
Not
out of
in.
bounds so far. They still need to work it into the end zone here. And
Oh, unfortunate. Oh! And the observer's quick to call
caught
it
in the end zone. Now, one of the most interesting things there that should be pointed out is that they thought it wasn't caught when the observers pointed down. When the observers are actually saying it's in
Yeah.
rather than saying it's down.
Well, it's nice to have observers in situations like that.
It just makes this game so much more enjoyable when they misinterpret the calls.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that, Jack? Yeah, missed the first two open cuts on the offense against the zone. Swilly desperation gets it, is what Jack is sharing with us here, and he is the guy who can see, has the best vantage point of all of us.
It's the man up there,
Yep.
Jack.
Yes. Okay, a lot of clogging near her.
There was a lot of clogging, but that, as you said, there was that one wide open cut that went just right behind her. Well, apparently, Jack is saying there were two completely wide open cuts. And, it worked out in the end, but it shouldn't have. I think we all agree on that.
Well, you get lucky sometimes, and that's the nature of the game.
Absolutely. Moist feet now. Swinging it back. This is based off a conversation we had earlier.
Yes.
Number 4. We'll actually get her name in. Well, you can see her name on the back.
Yeah,
It's tough. Everyone's here is a tough game.
for sure, yeah.
But this is where BC Blaze needs to buckle down and get the point. If they don't, and OverDrive goes on a bit of a run, confidence erodes, and it's a completely different game.
Oh, nice throw.
Oh, but that was a great run. I thought she had that.
Yeah, I couldn't even see whether she got it until I heard the crowd sigh.
OverDrive playing with some energy on this last point. Absolutely, they have to. If it's not to be the last point. Moist feet with the disc.
Oh, we've got a lot of looks from the sideline here as they hear our commentary. Oh!
A lot of girls down. There's
Most likely going to be called a foul.
was there a call?
Tunnel vision, yeah.
No call.
Oh,
Now there's a call.
Jack is observing that she wanted it a little too bad and tunnel visioned up to the catch.
And because of the wind direction, it's just not carrying as much as it used to. So I think now no wind.
Right.
They're still in that kind of mode. They want to get out of their zone. They see all the cuts going deep. They see the huck. What they're not seeing is a slice across that is coming in to support them.
Right. Like a blade you're referring to, or what do you mean?
No, like a slice as in a player slicing across the field.
A cut. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the cut is coming across, but they're not quite seeing it. So the Hucker gets another chance to recover. There's a very high propensity of ponytails
Right.
compared to the women's game.
I see what you're saying.
So the actual, yeah.
Women in the women's division tend to have shorter hair, or at least keep their hair not in a ponytail.
Yeah, I believe so. Or they'll cut it short, or they'll have hats. We're not seeing many hats at all.
Definitely not on BC. I see 0.
Whereas the Toronto ladies, yeah, you can see that.
Toronto, I see at least 2.
I guess ponytails are the style right now. Like,
Could be.
wait.
Oh, cross field throw.
Not in. Pick is called. BC Blaze gentlemen getting ready to rush the field, as they should be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. BC Blaze gentlemen saying hi, Mom, as they run by. We're happy to indulge them in that.
Yeah. Not quite sure if they're on camera or not.
Game isn't done yet, but they are already crowding the line.
Yeah.
Could get TMFs. And that is it. A wide open cut. And BC Blaze, ladies, take the Junior Women Championship.
That was an excellent game. How amazing it is to see a whole new division being created, the junior women's division and men's and open as well. But they had 9 teams I think in the women's division, and both of these teams in particular have plenty of players on them, and excellent to see that kind of support in the sport.
Yep. So junior women had 8, and junior open had 12 teams, which is amazing, as you're saying. It's to see this type of support, but not only that's just the teams coming out, it's the coaches and the parents that are coming out and supporting that. And each one of these organizations, these teams has an organization behind them. And it takes an organization to sustain a team and a system.
Right.
You cannot have people just individually doing that and developing players. Fantastic final there. The second half much closer than the second. As you can see on your screens right now, we had BC Blaze take the first half 8-3, but the second half 7-6.
That's quite a bit closer.
So great adjustment there by OverDrive to really close up that gap.
I think OverDrive started to get a little bit used to the zone that Blaze is coming down on them with. They had some good movement and some good over-the-top throws.
Yeah, I think it was absolutely overall an amazing game to watch, especially on the sideline. The energy was great. The ladies were spirited, like absolutely spirited. That was great to see as well.
Certainly.
And I enjoyed that thoroughly because it was intense. There was an intense game. It was fast, and it was exciting. And that's the best way we could possibly have capped this championship for the junior women's division.
Right. Yeah, excellent final.
Excellent final. Well, okay, so we're glad you could join us. Congratulations to BC Blaze for winning for continuing with the winning the junior division, junior women's division. Actually, I'm going to start again. I was distracted by Andrew Batchelor over on the sideline. He's the CUC tournament director, asking me questions.
Yeah, the question he was asking was, are we still broadcasting? And as you can tell, we still are.
We still are, yes. So, congratulations to BC Blaze from Vancouver on winning the CUC 2012 Junior Women's Division in its inaugural division. They will get a trophy, I hope, and it will have their name on them. They will be the first on that trophy.
Excellent.
Not often that happens. Congratulations also to OverDrive. Heck of a finals. Great adjustment. Great job, ladies. OverDrive from Toronto, of course. And we're very happy that this final happened in as exciting a way as that it actually happened. Thank you all for joining us. You can find this game later on. We'll try to post it up as soon as possible on the interwebs and allow you to access that.
And the best way of finding that would be to go where?
The best place to do that, you can either go to IamUltimate.com, but we'll also be going to the CUC page or Ultimate Canada Facebook page. Ultimate Canada has done a lot to support this event. And, of course, we always want to thank our sponsors. So thank you to Ultimate Canada, as this is an Ultimate Canada event. Thank you also to the organizing committee locally. They just been a fantastic crew, and everyone here has pitched in. Thank you to our sponsors, VC Ultimate, Q Energy, Caribou, and Discraft. This has been an I Am Ultimate broadcast, so thank you to my crew here. Jack McDonald on camera, and David Hadaller as my co-commentator.
Yep.
As always, don't forget about our contest. We're just going to show you very quickly a little quick promo spot before we sign off.
When I first met my father, I didn't have a clue. The first words that he told me were the last ones that were true. He said this desert's made for walking, and there's nothing you can do except go on, on.
And if you're still on the stream, then thank you for staying with us. Of course, tomorrow will be the Open Finals. We'll start our stream at 0900.
Military time.
West Coast time. West Coast Canada time. You know, not West Coast Europe or anywhere like that. And then we'll follow that with the mixed final, and then finally the women's final. And we'll get you more details on that as we go along, and et cetera, et cetera. And looking forward to seeing Furious play first thing in the morning. Those guys, I mean, they had 11 guys day one.
Oh, wow.
And
I did not know
had some injuries and whatnot, and have just basically pardon me? And the roster is larger today. They're up to 15, but they have just been massively driving through. Not had really any close games, and but just had great, strong play. Like, you can see why these guys are as good as they are.
Right.
When you play 11 guys on day one, you know, just incredible. Anyways, we hope you'll join us then, 0900 tomorrow. Please be sure to also go to contest.iamultimate.com. And the contest details are going up right now. And the contest is basically, you know, win a deck of Ulti cards. Please pass that on. Tell people. It's a great way, a great coaching tool. As you can see, we just had 2 juniors divisions play. And in order to keep developing the sport, we need to develop these players. So win a deck of cards for yourself, or win a deck of cards for a youth somewhere, or for your team. And just go on and visit us. And if you like Ulti cards, buy a set for your team.
Yeah. And tomorrow, do we have other commentators, or what are we looking at for?
Well, in case you've listened to us previously, Rahil should be here.
Excellent.
Rahil was playing with Grand Trunk today. Jack, if he's available, will be back on camera. If he arrives late to the game, no worries. I'll be doing that. And Dave will be there as well with me. So between the two of us, we'll be able to run. We'll be able to run everything.
Excellent.
And I think overall, it's going to be a great time. And we hope you'll join us there as well. We'll bring you a slightly different perspective of the game as well. What else are we going to be doing?
Tushar just had to Mac a disc that came his way. He is at his limit for cord here. He's going to attempt to throw the disc.
So this disc was spinning the wrong way on that, so I completely missed it.
Yeah.
My fault. So anyways, if you're still here, great. There's not really much going on, so you can sign off.
Yeah.
For those of us who do have questions, you know where to reach us. Hope you enjoyed it. You'll be able to find this on later. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks.
And
it's good times.
Good times.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.